Historic weather observations from founding fathers like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. Irreplaceable images that illustrate the climate's effect on our world's glaciers or capture the magnificence of the planet's marine mammals. These represent a mere fraction of the more than 54 million pieces of historic data that have been rescued over the last 10 years by the Climate Database Modernization Program.
CDMP was created in response to the needs of the science community for better access to archived climate data. Over the last 10 years, we've made incredible strides towards our goal of preserving environmental data and making it available via the World Wide Web to anyone who needs it. It can help policymakers make more informed decisions. It can help businesses affected by climate. The applications of these data extend far beyond the scientific community.
CDMP hit the ground running in 2000, supporting 10 projects and adding 500,000 records to its online database in the first year alone. Climatologist John Christie, one of the earliest users of CDMP's newly digitized data, recalls the impact CDMP had on his own climate research.
When I first started with some of my projects, we would end up with filing cabinets at NCDC's basement, flipping through all of these paper, having them copied and mailed to us. Today, it's a click of a mouse to get to the exact and accurate data that gives us the ability to do research much more quickly and much more accurately. 100 years from today, people will be asking questions about the climate that can be answered because these are on permanent media and they don't have to worry about a paper record being deteriorated.
CDMP's fifth year was marked by one of the costliest hurricane seasons on record, as 15 named storms, including 9 hurricanes, crisscrossed the Atlantic Basin. That same year, hurricane researcher Neil Dorst began working with CDMP to digitize historic flight level data and radar from the hurricane reconnaissance missions of years past. Today, 6 years into his hurricane data rescue project, Dorst applies modern-day analysis to decades-old data.
2004 was an incredible hurricane season. 4 different hurricanes struck the state of Florida. That brought home to me how vulnerable our data set is. It's stored in the basement of our laboratory out in Virginia Key, which is in a flood zone. And any sort of insult, like a saltwater storm surge, would have totally ruined all of our 50 years worth of data that's on film stock and on microfilm.
From its inception, CDMP's online databases have impacted the way the private sector does business. In recent years, access to these databases has dramatically increased as insurance, energy, agriculture, and other industries realize the influence that climate has over their bottom line. This is a trend that applied climatologist Tamara Houston sees expanding in CDMP's future.
As an applied climatologist, having access to CDMP data gives me more information that I can supply to our users, so then they can make better business decisions.
In her role as a liaison with the private sector, Houston has witnessed the far-reaching effects that CDMP's contributions have created over the last 10 years. And every day she comes in contact with the massive volume of data still waiting in the basement archives to be digitized.
People are always amazed when they see our paper archives just how much information is still available that's not in our digital archive. And it's very important for CDMP to continue to digitize this data so that information is not lost.
We've only just now begun to scratch the surface. We have about 3 or 4 missions done, but we have 20 years worth of flights that we need to digitize, so it's really important that we keep going on this in order to save all of the data.
One of the big questions today is, what is the climate doing relative to the past, and are humans having any effect on this? Well, to answer that question, you have to have a very long period of climate information to know whether this is a cycle or if it's something that really has never happened before. This question is coming to us from congressmen, senators, all our state legislators, the industries of the world, the employers of the world. And so to answer a question like that, the Modernization Project has put in our hands a very quick and efficient way to compile the data so that we can know and answer questions like that.
To accomplish the important task of digitizing and archiving this vital data, CDMP has created valuable partnerships with National Interest Security Company in West Virginia, Source Corp in Kentucky, HOV Services in Maryland, and NCDC on-site contractor STG Corporation in North Carolina. Along with saving millions of vital documents, these partnerships have created over 300 new jobs. Just 10 years on the task, but already hundreds of years' worth of crucial data has been saved. In the next 10 years, we expect to have 130 million documents scanned. The Climate Database Modernization Program, helping scientists and citizens prepare for the future by preserving and protecting our past.